You're watching the Community MMA.
I love the Sugar Show. I love the Sugar Show.
Sugar Show, baby! Woo! What up, what up? It's your boy Chris Cross checking in. This is the Community MMA. What a night last night. What a night at UFC 292. We got all the reactions for you on how things went down. And just a wild night. A lot of decisions in the main card, but man, it finished with a bang. And Boston erupted, and we'll explain why in a minute. It should be noted that last night your boy Chris Cross was highly under the weather. So you'll see me in the reaction clips, and some of them with the big blanket over me, or at least around me. I was freezing, I was shivering, but you know what? I'm a dedicated UFC fan, so it don't matter if I got like a fever, and I'm not even sure that I did have a fever, but I know I was freezing all night. Had the shakes, was out doing a football scrimmage during the day, and body's just probably beat down. But we held strong, man. We were up till 2 in the morning doing this stuff, and I'm glad we did, because I couldn't wait to see Sterling versus O'Malley last night. But before we get to that, let's get to the co-main. Weili Zhang taking on Amanda Lemotion. This is late in the fight. It did go the distance, but you just got to listen to hear the stats and the complete domination by the champ. Zhang Weili's pounding away right now on top. Amanda Lemotion holding on with everything she got. 4:08 left in the fight. Gosh, and Zhang Weili's just pounding away and really trying to get the finish here, make a statement. Lemotion scrambling, but the onslaught is on. 3:50 left in the fight. Now some hammer fists. She got back side control. Yeah, and she's got kind of a crucifix going from the back. Lemotion trying to hold her hands together. She can't. And boy, the ref's really looking at this, because she cannot really defend herself here. And Zhang Weili with some hammer fists pounding away. 3:25 left in the fight. Absolute dominant performance here. She can just run the clock out. Just run the clock out. 241-21 in terms of total strikes. 135-18. You see the shot from Daniel Cormier. He's just looking on. I mean, what can you do? I mean, it's just dominant. Crowd chanting Weili, as they should. Got to give the champ her due. Staved off a few submission attempts, and look at this, a reverse crucifix, or a crucifix from behind. And Lemo's doing everything she can to get that left arm over. And now Weili takes the back again. 2:35 left in the fight. And Weili really trying to get a finish here. The ref's looking at it. 2:30 left. And Amanda Lemotion stands up. Oh. And a nice driving knee. And an elbow. Oh my goodness. And another one. Oh. And another takedown here at the 2-minute mark. And man, Weili deserves a finish. I mean, everything but a finish, right? 141-18 in significant strikes, head strikes 98-15, and control times where it's at. She just gone over 15 minutes of control to virtually nothing for Lemotion. 6 takedowns. I mean, just, you don't see dominant performances like this except for guys like Hamza. I mean, and Weili's done it a few different times too. Just dominate in significant strikes, total strikes, and you're watching a bona fide women's strawweight champion. Because I really thought Lemotion would come in here and have a chance to win this, but other than a submission attempt here and there, I mean, just totally controlled here. Had really no chance. But as we said before, the fight's never over till it's over. But right now, Lemotion on her back. Look at Weili just driving the knees. Zhang Weili just putting on a clinic now. Under a minute. Now, Lemotion needs a finish. I mean, it's not even close. She's going to need a finish, and it's not looking good from her back. And if you're Weili, you just run the clock out here. Yep. Looking for the triangle. Now she's going to stand up in the squat position. And now drives her shoulder onto the shoulder of Lemos. 35 seconds left here. Grinding it out. 278 to 21 in total strikes. And just looking to get the finish here if she can. Lemos stands it up. Ooh, a rear. Okay. Weili gets out of it, and the crowd's going to go crazy now because we're not getting to see any KOs or submissions here in the main card yet, but this is an absolutely dominant performance by the champion. And I want to see her fight Nama Yunus again. Yep, and the clock runs out, and that'll do it. So Zhang Weili will remain the champ. 24-3. Dominant decision over Amanda Lemos. She's going to fall to 13-3-1. We don't have to wait on this one for a decision. This is an easy one. Women's strawweight division and still champion. And still 24-3. Zhang Weili, women's strawweight champion, UFC 292. Yeah, so just sheer domination last night on the part of Zhang Weili, a.k.a. Weili Zhang. However you want to say it. Who knows which name is really first. I think we pronounce it one way. China pronounces it another way. And speaking of China, you know, Weili has run through everybody in just dominant fashion, except Nama Yunus, who she lost to twice. And that's the fight to make, and it's the fight to make in China. Right? If Nama Yunus wants a chance to get the belt back, she screwed up against Carla Esparza and lost the belt, and then Weili got it back from her, and it's like a merry-go-round. But if she wants the belt back, she's got to go to China and fight her there. That's what I think needs to happen. And that would be big if it can go down that way. So we'll have to wait and see. Now in the main event, right, 4 decisions. Going back to the prelims, maybe 5 or 6 in a row. Everybody's falling asleep, even though there's good fights. Everybody's falling asleep. But not at the end, because Boston went crazy with this big finish. Things are going to get interesting here. Things are going to get real interesting. See if O'Malley can push off. He does. Takes a left and a right, though. Boy, O'Malley's quick, man. He is quick. Gets out of it. Oh! Big right drop, Sterling. Oh, my God. And Aljo's covering up. Look at O'Malley. He could win a title right here. Aljo's in trouble. This is it. Oh, my God. O'Malley's going to win the belt. O'Malley's going to win the belt. O'Malley wins the belt. Dang. Wow. Wow. Sean O'Malley just shocked Aljamain Sterling. And the people in Boston are going crazy, bro. Look at this dude, took his shirt off. The whole night, you got decisions, it seems like. And right when it's most important. And I think O'Malley's drinking something. He landed the big left and Aljo began covering up. And I think Aljo's going to be unhappy that the fight was stopped. But man, and just like that, O'Malley led 17-15 in significant strikes, but none of that really matters. Slow-paced. Wow.
I love the sugar show. I love the sugar show.
And he's on the outside of the octagon. Everyone's going crazy. Sean O'Malley is going to be the new bantamweight champion. And they go and shake hands now. And that just shuts everything down for Aljamain Sterling. Because now he's got to go up to featherweight and then take his time and beat some people. Look at Aljamain Sterling, gets out on himself, takes the right. Boom! He stepped out hard with that left and took a big right. Look at that. Aljo reached too far with the left. Oh my gosh, O'Malley just caught him, man. O'Malley just caught him. Here it comes. Yeah, the big left. Boom! my gosh. Boom. 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 Yeah, and the ref calls it. I don't know. Yeah, and what would have happened there? Okay, what would have happened is Sean O'Malley would have jumped and took the back. He was done punching, it looked like. He would have took the back, Aljo rolled to his stomach, and the ref stopped it. And they're questioning it, but, you know, the ref stops it, you can't really question it. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Sean O'Malley is the new bantamweight champion. And what a performance for him. You can see a renewed effort in round 2 on the part of Aljamain Sterling after a slow pace round 1. He probably won round 1. And he started to crowd the space of O'Malley. Definitely wanted to get more into the striking. And lean forward that big, you know, he's standing lefty. He leans forward, the big left hand whiffs and just catches the right. And it's over. And O'Malley pounds away and gets the finish. I mean, just unbelievable, man. What a night. What a finish. And, you know, according to Dana White, throughout the week, everyone's had O'Malley gear in Boston. A lot of support for him, right? He's got the pink hair. I mean, it's just crazy stuff. Big win for him. And what it does for his social media and his superstardom and all that. I mean, no matter what happens, he's the bantamweight, or maybe in the future, former bantamweight champion, but you can never take that away from him. Another guy who looked good, and we'll get into the do list in a minute because there's some major shakeups. But Ian Gary, man. Ian Gary looked great last night. Final minute now, Ian Gary. And Neil Magny. An up kick by Gary. Another one. Right. Another right. Boy, Gary's really trying to get the finish here. But Neil Magny's ever the veteran. I mean, he's taken 38 leg strikes. It still continues here. Gary on top now, inside control. And what a dominating performance this is. Under 30. And Ian Gary, forget it. He's not cruising to victory. He's going for the finish here. Trying to get the job done. Oh, and he gets that left leg wrapped. Boy, and just absolutely dominating performance by Ian Gary. He's coming, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is coming. Ooh. Ooh. Looking for the submission. Oh, time is gonna save Neil Magny on that one. And they almost fight after the fight. Neil Magny's not happy. And Ian Gary don't care. A lot like a McGregor from Ireland. He doesn't care. Ian Gary's going to move to 13-0. 89-21 in significant strikes, leg shots, 38-8, and took Magny down at least 6 times on a leg strike. So needless to say, Ian Gary won in dominant fashion and just pieced up Neil Magny. And he'll be on the do list here momentarily, please believe it. I mean, the guy's 13-0, he's looking ridiculous. And likely in the top 10. He wanted Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Dana White said Wonderboy turned down the fight immediately. Whenever these guys start to rise, even like Hamza or others, nobody wants to fight them. Because the top dogs want to hold their spots. They don't want to take chances. Everybody wants to fight up until they're forced to fight down. And you're only forced to fight down when you're coming off a loss. So that's a tough part you got there. Now, RoboCop was in the building at UFC 292.
RoboCop in the building.
Yes. We got RoboCop in the building.
RoboCop in the building. RoboCop
Yes.
in the building.
We love RoboCop, man. Gregory Rodriguez, this guy's on the rise too. He's had some setbacks. Took some tough finishes. He got finished a few times, but all of a sudden, he's starting to pick up steam. This is what Gregory Rodriguez looked like last night against Denise Thiel-Leulin. Some big shots now by Gregory Rodriguez. Let's go, RoboCop. 3:30 left in round 1. He moves to the full mount. This is trouble for Denise. Oh, he's rolling to his stomach now. Forget about it. Oh, and he decides to go for the He's not going to go for the rear. Oh, he finishes it on elbows. Tiulian is finished, dude. RoboCop, man. Wow. I wasn't expecting that. I was looking for the submission. And RoboCop gets the KO, TKO, whatever you want to call it. 3:16 into round one. He's going to be 14-5. And the Brazilian, to me, is on the rise. He has some losses, but he has some big finishes. 5-1 in significant strikes. He didn't even get started. He landed a takedown 47 seconds later. He got the finish, and you see him shoot. He gets a single leg, left leg, wraps around, picks him up, and dumps him. And it's about 45, 47 seconds after that. He gets the win here. Middleweight division. UFC 292. Yeah, so RoboCop was in the building, man. He looked good last night. And, you know, you had limited finishes last night, but all in all, every fight was good. You had the tough finales last night. One in particular, Brad Katona and Cody Gibson. They went to Katona, but everyone's calling for both guys to get a UFC contract as it was the fight of the night. Think about that. The tough finale was the fight of the night. I mean, you talk about Contender Series and The Ultimate Fighter. It's great in the summer. Two of the biggest shows on TV, make no mistake about it. So as we jump into last night, how'd the picks do? We finished 9-3 on a sleeper. Remember, I wasn't feeling good last night. I'm not even paying attention. There's some fights that went my way, but I was rooting for the opponent against a prediction. You know, like in fight 4, Mario Bautista, I really want to see Damon Blackshear win because it would have been the quickest turnaround victory in UFC history. In 7 days. He couldn't get it done. But at the beginning of the night, Silva and Silva got their thing kick-started. Natalia Silva and Karine Silva get the win. Gerald Meerschaert did what I expected. He came on strong late as he broke down Andre Petrosky, but he lost the first 2 rounds. So we lost that one. Brad Katona won the finale. That was the fight of the night, too. Austin Hubbard went down to Kurt Hollaball. Gregory Rodriguez, a.k.a. RoboCop, won. Brad Tavares beat Chris Weidman. Beat him pretty good. Marlon Vera won. Mario Bautista won. Ian Gary won. Zhang Weili, a.k.a. Weili Zhang, won. So we were on a 6-fight win streak at one point. And if Sterling could have won, we'd been 10-2 and 22-7 in the main event. But instead, he falls. So we're back below 75%. 21-8 on the year. 9-3 on the night. 222 and 127 on the year. And we're approaching 100 more wins than losses. So either next week or the week after, hopefully. Unless we just have a bad night where we have more losses and wins, which is possible at any time when you're making predictions. That's the way it'll stand right now. So at the end of the day, we'll take that, right? I mean, we've been very, very fortunate in the main events throughout the year. Very fortunate. I mean, you're talking 11-2, 10-2, 9-3. I mean, very, very fortunate. And I told you as we led up to the week that this might be the week we're in trouble because there's some fights here that could go either way. I'm surprised Amanda Lemos didn't fight better. I figured Ian Gary would win. I thought Damon Blackshear had a chance to beat Bautista. Could have went against us. He probably won the fight, actually. Marlon Vera could have went down to Pedro Munoz very easily. Gregory Rodriguez was kind of a lock to me. The 2 tough finales are where I was nervous. The 2 first fights with Silva and Silva both went our way. That could have went against us. So, you know, sometimes you just need a little luck, and that's how it played out last night. So 9-3, we'll take that all the time. I mean, that's crazy. Now as we get into the do list, some big changes. Let's just start at the top. Hamza Chimaev still number 1. Say what you want. If you ask me on the street who your favorite fighter is, that's what I'm going to say. John Jones is a close second. Then you got Islam Makhachev at 3, taking on number 6, Charles Oliveira. Yuri Prochazka is out right now, but he's still number 4. Adesanya moved up to 5. Volkanovski 7, and then Sean O'Malley making his debut in the top 10, I believe. He might have been 10 at one point, but he's easily secured in the top 10, number 8 now on the do list. Colby Covington 9, Leon Edwards 10. They'll be in color soon when we get a fight date. As soon as we get a fight date. Jamal Hill still 11. Bo Nickel 12 and rising. Alexa Grasso fighting soon, number 13. Then you got Dricus du Plessis Aljamain Sterling, hard fall from number 5 to 15. Wow. One spot above his teammate, Merab Dvalishvili. Then you got Max Holloway in there fighting the Korean Zombie this week in the main event. He continues to beat everyone not named Alexander Volkanovski. Ikram Aliskerov's up in there. Ian Gary's making his debut at 19. And Alex Caceres, a guy that started at like 14 and 12, has won 7 of his last 8. I think he's 21 and 13 right now, if I'm not mistaken. So we had to slide him in there. He's been holding at 20 until his next fight, until he loses. You know, if he loses, he's going to be off. But if he keeps winning, he's going to slowly rise. Because Alex Caceres isn't a big-time fighter. But much like Charles Oliveira starting off kind of lukewarm, right? Charles Oliveira started off 11 and 8 before going 11 and 0. It's kind of where Alex Caceres is. I just don't know if he's got the same firepower, but certainly top 20 worthy. Make no mistake about it. So at the end of the day, some interesting fights last night. You know, we got Brad Katona and Kurt Holloway secured in the UFC. Cody Gibson deserves to be in. He lost to Katona, but it was like 155 to 149 in significant strikes. It was just a banger. Just an absolute banger. And now everything relaxes. Football's starting. All the UFC events are going to slide to ESPN+. There's going to be a lot of sports going on, man. We had our scrimmage yesterday in Little League football. I'm coaching the 9 through 11-year-olds, having a great time. Having a great time. We got demolished yesterday, though, because we're young. But still a great time. And the boys will keep fighting and we'll get better. Make no mistake about it. But listen, that'll do it for the week here, man. And I'm about to go get some rest right now. UFC 292 wore me out and put me to bed at like 2 in the morning with a hard sleep until like 9 this morning. So, you know. But I'm glad it's over and we got through it. For now, it's your boy Chris Cross. Hope you have a great day and God bless. Peace.